It's another week on SportBuka podcast, and this is our episode 4. We missed somehow the last 2 weeks. We've not been here. We're sorry for that due to some reasons we can't mention on the show. And today, I have Prodigy with me. Buka is somewhere absent. It's
Right.
an injury. We can use that word.
Hamstring injury.
Yes. And this episode today, we're reviewing Australian Open.
Yes.
From Rafael Nadal to Novak Djokovic, to Naomi Osaka to Serena Williams, and as well we want to talk about how we've seen footballers, great footballers, and those cut it as managers. And I've read a lot of things about Thierry Henry in the last couple of days. How he's forcing players to do one or two things in camp. Very, very hard. We're going to talk about everything on the show.
Right.
And as well, we'll talk about the local scene, which is the MPFL.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of crowd violence this season alone. We're going to have our opinion about it. And as well, I'm having an opinion. I don't think in modern day football, Tottenham will win anything if you're not careful.
That's a very.
They've got a lot of chances. Fantastic footballer. They've got, but every time there's still a bit of. They need a bit of luck, if I can use that word.
Right.
Yes.
Do you think luck actually does exist in football?
I think it does. As much as you need to put on the power, you need some extra. Some days you play, you give all the odd. There are some kind of misses, you kind of save you see from goalkeepers.
Yeah.
And I think in the last couple of years, Tottenham have been that team. They've been unlucky. I'm not crediting them for anything. But as a team, I think they have from to Hugo Lloris to Harry Kane to Eriksen,
before going to Madrid.
even to Kyle Walker before going to Man City, Dele Alli, Son, fantastic
really
footballer.
exceptional
I don't think. I think in the last 2-3 years, maybe even the FA Cup, the FL Cup,
They've been knocked out.
they need to win
out.
something. Because but that's everything we got on the show. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll start with Australian Open first. Yes. Welcome back to the show, and let's start with the Australian Open, the male and the female final. Let's start off with the female final, which is the first. Was there last week Saturday?
Yes, that was
Between Naomi Osaka and Petra Kvitova.
Yes.
7-6, 5-7, 6-4. It was different from the male final. The male final was a straight set.
It was underwhelming, disappointing.
Novak Djokovic just blown Nadal
Blown him
away.
Yes.
Quick one. Naomi Osaka, world number one.
It's a success story. It's a female who we didn't see coming. Shocking Serena Williams last year at the US Open, and then coming again back to back, winning the Australian Open. I'm very excited for her. I feel it's a breath of fresh air in the tournament and in the sport itself. I'm a bit shocked that Williams didn't get to the final. Some people have blamed her exit to a wrong call from the referee, because if you watch the game, she was heading to win. It was 5-1, and then her opponent came back 5-5, 6-5, 7-5. Maybe indeed the wrong call from the referee did affect her, but I don't think for a player of her status that's an excuse. That's a good enough excuse.
I don't think it's an excuse, and I think Naomi Osaka is here to stay.
Absolutely.
If you're low-key girl,
very
not too much hype.
Yep.
The attention is not getting to her anywhere.
Yeah, it's not getting to her.
She's still
head.
shy. I was watching her shoot, the official shoot on Monday or Tuesday, and where they got in a makeup artist and some other stylists, and the girl said, "No, I'm okay with my dressing. She brought in from." That's. I'm not saying because she's kind of humble. That she's, but the most. Why I like that is that I like when you are getting to that top and you still keep that cool.
That low head.
It's very good. We've got many players that are talented. The likes of Nick Kyrgios, fantastic.
His
but
attitude is
you understand,
crazy.
You didn't keep that there.
Yeah.
And as well for Kvitova, fantastic tournament. I want to see her win. She was crying. I was very well. It was a very good tournament.
Yeah, it was.
Quick one. Let's move on to. Before we go to the male final, let's talk about Roger Federer at the Australian Open this year.
I'm struggling to remember who knocked him out. It was this player here, Tsitsipas. I don't know where. I
Tsitsipas.
don't know where he came from. This is my first time hearing this name, and in the quarterfinals he knocked out Roger Federer. Then again, it was to an extent expected. Federer isn't in his prime anymore. He's not at his peak anymore. You know, these really boring players can come and
I'll say
offset him.
to be honest, for me, when Federer was out, I lost interest in the Australian Open.
That's
Let's
what
be
it
honest
is.
as
That's
well.
what it is.
But no, let's move on to the final. I
Nadal and Djokovic.
expected a very feisty final
Yeah,
between Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal,
Nadal.
but it was one-way traffic.
absolutely. It was
Straight sets. Record 7th title in
title
Australian
for
Open.
Yes.
And for me, I think Novak Djokovic is very close to Rafael Nadal.
Yes.
He's younger
Yeah.
and he's hungry. He's hungry. He still has the moment, and I think even for him, he has come down with his game. And
Yeah.
the last couple of years, you see much of finesse and
Was
everything.
more
He has
erratic.
yes,
in
he's
terms of
getting
play.
mature ball.
Yeah.
6-3, 6-2, 6-3.
6-3.
2 hours of fantastic
Fantastic
tennis,
tennis.
By Novak Djokovic.
Just Djokovic, because Nadal absolutely didn't come to play.
Yes.
None of the sets went beyond 15 minutes. It was just really like one-way traffic for Djokovic. Fantastic display. He wanted it more, and you know, we look forward to the next tournament. I think that's the French Open.
Yes.
Look forward to that.
Quick one now.
Mhm.
Let's move on to the next story, which is football.
Yes.
And the main gist here is the main culprit
Oh yeah.
is Thierry Henry.
Oops.
Monaco manager has been
Mhm.
fired.
After 104 days in office.
They brought in their former coach, which is Leonardo. Joaquim brought him back, and as well, the sporting director, former Chelsea and Nigerian international Emmanuel,
Yeah.
lost his job as well
Yes.
too, due to some of it was one of the persons that mentioned Thierry's or
Recommended
name, and yes. And my problem is we've seen great footballer from Diego Maradona to the rest of them, to Thierry Henry, to Gary Neville.
Yes.
They feel woefully. And I think at this point, as much as we've watched them on Sky Sports and the rest, criticize Jose Mourinho and the rest of the managers, this is how you treat them.
Yeah.
It just shows that the knowledge on the field and off the field is
It's different. Miles apart. I mean, if we go through his stats here, his stat is just really horrified. His first 5 games, he didn't pick up a victory.
And
Three losses, 2
Monaco
draws.
has second bottom of the league
Yeah,
one table.
they
That's
they
very
finished their UCL league table last with 1 point, just 1 point out of 6 games. That's really sad. And you know, out of 20 games, he won 4, he lost 11, and he drew 5. That's really like it's a horrendous display from Henry with the Monaco side. I can't really blame Monaco for letting him go. It's really been a sad tale for them. His last 5 games, he's had 2 losses, 2 defeats, and another loss. It's a shame. I recommend and I support them for letting him go after 20 games in charge with just 4 victories. That's really not up to par if they're looking to get out of relegation.
During the week, there are so
waters.
many news that came out about Thierry Henry's style of management.
Yes.
How he made mistake of ignoring the majority board member of the team. That he suggested to him to sign Cesc Fabregas. Some of them were now encouraging him, and the likes were like were putting pressure on some very big players in the dressing room. The likes of Radamel Falcao, Glick and Jamison Arak, by threatening them to replace them with youth player.
That's not how
you
you
don't
do
step
it.
up to
That's
the
wrong.
plate.
Yeah.
This Thierry Henry had issues with Radamel Falcao by telling him how to call for the ball, how to run on and off the ball. Even at some point, Radamel Falcao reported him to the daughter of the owner of the team.
Wow.
Which is Dmitry Rodelov. So many issues.
So many issues.
To be honest with me, I foresee Thierry Henry of that kind of player. Even when he was playing, his elbows are always high. But I think for 4-5 years after football, you should have learned all of these things.
Yeah, and learn to manage players, because literally
keep
what
your
you're
egos
working-
as well.
Exactly, you're managing the players.
Yes, but I'm still surprised that I still carry those kind of attitude
To
to managerial football. And my problem is these are guys who come on TV as pundits and criticize one of the
Coaches.
greatest manager, which is Jose Mourinho. His attitude is man manager. And we saw the likes of Jamie Carragher spat on somebody. Just you imagine that kind of person coming, that kind of pressure with the kind of pressure they've used to Jose Mourinho over the years. I don't know what is going to happen. We don't even spend up to a year in management. You've only shown this kind of characters with your players by reporting to the daughter of the owner. And it's uncalled for. I wish him all the best, but do you see him coming back to Man United anytime soon?
I'd just like to say something here. One of his mentors is Pep Guardiola.
Yep.
And he's forgetting that Guardiola had a fantastic squad in Barcelona, including a person who a lot of people think is the world's greatest player. I don't agree. But Messi, Guardiola had Messi under him. And coming over to Man City, he dominated the English Premier League because, he had a fantastic squad and Man City were ready to spend. They spent over 800 million pounds.
They've even spent over $1 billion
since Guardiola came in. He doesn't have that manpower. He doesn't have that money. He doesn't have Messi. He had to bring his attitude, on the level of the players, and he did not. I'm not sure any other team with these stats I have here would want to risk it bringing him in. I mean, 20 games and just 4 wins. No, I don't see him coming back. Not soon.
I think for me, I wish Thierry Henry all the best. I want to see him anytime soon in management. Maybe national team. Maybe he's going to go back to Belgium. Okay. Maybe because that is more of a relaxed kind of job. You don't need to. It's not a weekend and week. Not the pressure. And as well, we've seen managers who have done well. The likes of Patrick Vieira, same Ligue 1, started up with Man City, moved to MLS, back in Ligue 1. I think some of these players need to take some of the lesser job. We've seen the likes of Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard. You don't go for the big cherry.
Big cherry. Yet.
Start there for very low and build your profile there. Quick one, we'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll start off with the MPFL crowd violence.
Yeah,
welcome back to the show. Now the MPFL kick off some few weeks back, and we're so joyful. Prodigy is not a fan of the MPFL.
I wasn't excited having it back.
We're so joyful for the league to be back after some couple of months.
Yes.
And
8 months.
We're back.
Right.
And almost every weekend we have crowd violence from different venues. Referee being stole, fans being jumping on the pitch. And my problem is for MPFL 19, which is the official hashtag for this season, is what's the problem? Because it saddens my heart. I'm not happy at all. It's very poor. The hostility towards referees
and players.
It's not here. We've seen teams like Plateau United, even Remo Stars, and they are still facing that punishment now. They are playing in Oshogo. Very bad pitch as well by the game, but that's the
punishment.
That's the punishment of what you cause to yourself. But now, for me now, Plateau United, this is the second time this season. And the question I'm putting to everybody there is that as much as we've seen them move to different stadiums, I don't think they've even learned enough. Does this moving them to another venue really solve the problem? I don't think so.
I don't think it does.
And someone asked me a question there. Are this team even paying these fines? Am I even sure
that they're paying?
And I don't have it on good authority. LMC have not said anything categorically. They pay this money. They fined Remo Stars for almost 7 million naira.
Right.
The team is going to pay 5 million damages. They are paying the referee 1 million. They are paying. They fined the chairman of the club, Mr. Shoname, as well to 1 million.
Yeah.
But this is Plateau United. They've already fined them against Kano Pillars. Now they find them against FC Fine. What do you think is the solution to this problem?
It just goes to show how we are as a people in Nigeria, because if you do something bad, encroaching the pitch, manhandling the referee or match officials, and you are moved from your home stadium to another one.
An example is Remo Stars from Ikene down to Oshogbo. That's like 2-3 hours extra journey for them.
Do you understand?
Some of their fans will not able even to make it.
They won't be able to make it, but yet they are still doing it. So
They're not Remo Stars,
Not
but it seems like Plateau United.
Plateau United still doing it. Maybe dock points this time, rather than 3 points. Maybe make it 9, so they understand that this.
They are not even dropping point now. There's no even of the charges they put against it. They are not
points aren't deducted.
No,
they have to start deducting
the only thing is that you have been moved to another stadium. Another state to play.
Mm-hmm.
You are paying fines both for the referees and for the LMC and the clubs as well too.
I feel very strongly. Also, maybe put security measures that can at least get a few of these people who encroach the stadium, and make sure their punishments are more severe. Let them spend time in prison, as well as docking points. If you take out 9 points from your favorite teams, I feel very strongly.
To be honest with you, no team is going to turn out the perpetrators. Most of these guys are boys very known to the teams.
Maybe they're even sponsored by the team.
Sometimes it's not sponsored. I'll give you an example. I was not in Remo,
Mm-hmm.
but I spoke with a couple of people who were in Remo, and they told me the calls by the referee was very shambolic, bad. But my question is, this action you people, this route you people took, did they brought back the 3 points or the win? It didn't bring it back. If you have this kind of issue, you make a formal
complaint
to the LMC, to the NRA, which is the referees committee. Tell them this referee, and you prove you have almost every team has a videographer in the team. Record those matches, play back for them. Why did you disallow this goal? These are kind of issues you should come about. Not that fans will turn up on the referee after 90 minutes to see pictures. Very poor.
It's inhumane.
It's very poor.
It's very bad.
I hope anytime soon MDMC will find solution to this. I've seen many clubs have come out with don't be the referee campaigns, the likes of Enugu Rangers.
They maybe the referees actually do their jobs properly and stop making wrong calls.
The issues with referee in Nigerian football, if we really want to be honest, I will tell you, the league is so biased. Referees will come in from home teams. A day before will ask for money. They need to settle the man to give them a fair share of the game. These are issues in the MPFL. Except you want to hide away from it. Almost every home teams will get the favor of the referee. But this season we've seen teams, even away teams, getting favor. It's about who is doing the needful to the referee. Because at 2-3 games before game matches, you already know who is going to officiate this game. I hope for time very soon we'll find lasting solutions to this. And the LMC needs to come out very, very hard, as in very big, put down a marker. Maybe you're going to relegate one person if you do it. For example, teams that play to United, you already done it twice this season. Your fans make it. And you do it more times, you're going to be relegated.
Really 10 punishment.
You understand? So that we'll put down a marker for other
really
teams.
Shameful for like the Nigerian
Premier League. Let's move on to one team in London. They are trying they're trying to form like a big team, but we know they are not a big team. My problem is with Tottenham is over the years they show that glimpse of hope. Maybe they are going to win something very soon, but every season they blow it. And this season my problem is in less than 4 days you blow chances of making it to the competitions that is likely you are going to win. And it boils down to, do you think Tottenham will win any silverware anytime soon?
That's a really tough one, because Tottenham, their style of play, this week they are consistent, the next week they are not. Even when they are flying on form and riding high and they face Arsenal fans are very boastful, and at the end of the day they end up beating. Worst case scenario.
Same with Chelsea as well, which are London. Even the struggle against West Ham, another London team as well.
I mean, they have, I don't want to say outrightly better players, but they have like solid players. You've got Harry Kane.
They have one of the best players in the leagues.
Harry Kane, and he guarantees you over 20 goals every season. So what exactly is lacking? They have fantastic midfielders. They have a World Cup winning goalkeeper. Yet they are lacking. They've been knocked out of the EFL Cup. They are playing Borussia Dortmund in the UCL. Borussia Dortmund are topping the German Bundesliga with 6 points, and they've won their last 5. I don't see how Tottenham are going to beat them.
My problem
over 2
is
legs.
Pochettino came out with his aim is to claim the top 4.
Right.
They are not aiming for any title.
Right.
But a couple of years ago, we have a manager in the name of Arsene Wenger said this, and everybody jumped on it.
Lost their minds collectively.
But this time around, we're like, cool.
Right.
I think there's something missing. As much as Tottenham is not a big team, if you want to say,
but they are not a small team either.
You've got quality of players. You see.
Yes.
I told somebody yesterday that in the next 1 or 2 seasons, Eriksen, the likes of Eriksen, Harry Kane,
they'll leave.
Dele Alli will leave because
Bale left to Madrid.
nobody wants.
They want to win more trophies. They want to.
Somebody wants to
put their names in the history
already.
books.
I could tell you for free. It's likely Eriksen is going to Real Madrid next season,
There we go.
and I'll not be surprised
If
Manchester United will trigger Harry Kane. I know Danny Levy, the chairman, loves
Yeah.
money. They are going to pay him that money, and they moved on. They're
Definitely.
cool. I understand they are building stadiums. They
Mhm.
didn't sign players at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I know team have done that since Premier League era. At
Mhm.
least sign one
Player.
player one season. Very popular for Tottenham. I think they need to do more. And for Pochettino, if you want to be one of the best manager, one of the greatest manager,
Touted to come over to Man United, but I
Interested.
don't think he's Man United quality.
I think for United, I think they should keep
Ole, if he gets us into the top 4, I think they should keep him.
Yes. And before we go, last one this
Yes.
weekend,
Lagos
the
Marathon.
Lagos Access Bank Lagos 60 Marathon,
Yep.
the 4th edition,
Mhm.
this weekend. Prodigy, you've been part of this for the last
Yes,
3
for the
years.
last 2 years.
What's
3
your
years.
experience and what do you expect this year?
I mean, it's the biggest marathon in Africa, outrightly, and it's a very exciting experience. You know, seeing Lagosians and even people from outside Lagos pouring into the streets every Saturday, and when it's the marathon day, and you know, running their hearts out, even if the Kenyans eventually do win.
And we have a 10K for Nigerians. They are winning 2 cars, courtesy of K Motors.
Fantastic news. Hopefully that triggers some Nigerians.
No, you're always going
somewhere.
to trigger. You were at the 10K kilometer in Lekki last
Yeah.
year. You see how people are more
There's a
people.
lot of people.
You have celebrities,
Yes.
people you want to see.
This year I expect it to be, you know, better. The organization so far, for the ones I've witnessed, you know, it's been good. There's not been accidents or.
I'll tell you for
like
free,
that.
this year is going to be better
Better.
because I have the whole opportunity to be part of some of these things from the beginning.
Organizing, yeah.
I was at the expo
Right.
this week as well. So one of the yeah,
Top-notch things planned.
yes, I'll tell you for free on Saturday. You're
Mhm.
going to see better Lagos Marathon this year.
It's really, I'm happy. I like it. I like that night. Something like this is happening in Nigeria, and where you know, organizing it properly rather than like the NPFL and just being shabby about it. I'm looking forward to who wins. Hopefully, a Nigerian can. I'm not very optimistic. I'm like 20% sure that a Nigerian might win. But may the better man win. You know, pretty much. May the better man win.
As well too for everybody, follow us on our social media platform.
Yep.
On Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. You see them on the screens.
On the screen.
And follow us. We'll be at the Access Bank Lagos City Marathon. Follow our updates as well too. Thanks for joining us this week, and Prodigy, nice having you on the show. You've been one of the
Pleasure
most
to be
formidable player. You've been here week in and week out.
Thank
No
you.
injury, no worries. You've been here.
Unlike a certain person who's having hamstring injuries.
That's the show for this week,
Yeah.
and hopefully you enjoyed it. And we'd like your comments, your
And your
suggestions on the
opinions
show.
and
What do you
feedback.
feel was it? And as well too, we don't mind having anybody joining us to the show.
Yes,
Our fans, we
open
don't.
to having fans on.
Yes, as well too. If you have any suggestion, drop it on our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We'll surely get back to you on that. Thank you.
Have a lovely day.